Well, International Women's Day has come and gone, and so have discussions around celebrating women and equality, and that seems to be the problem. We celebrate the day and then it vanishes into the ether. Well, one organisation is hosting an event this coming week that will encourage organisations to prioritise gender equality and address the status quo throughout the year. Tell us more about this. I'm joined by Katie Mohamed, founder of W Suite. Katie, good morning to you. Thanks very much for your time. Choosing to challenge, exactly what we're talking about. It's always a big day, International Women's Day, and a year later we have the same conversations because seemingly not much has changed, and you want to bring that to an end.
Hi, Gareth. Good morning. You know, we have these conversations all the time, and we say that every day should be Women's Day. I mean, we can't just often just say the 8th of March is International Women's Day, South Africa is the 9th of August. We need to celebrate and raise awareness of women, the challenges that we face on a regular basis. So yes, with W Suite, we've engaged in continuing the conversations throughout the year. And on Tuesday, we are hosting a conversation where we're choosing to challenge each other. You know, the one thing we talk about is having these conversations and what happens after these conversations. So we gathering a whole lot of influential women to talk about how do we choose to challenge, whether it's gender bias, challenging each other and challenging ourselves as well. To action what we often talk about. Because, you know, when we talk about gender biases, we talk about feminism, it's a conversation, people are like, yeah, you know, this is so important to us, and that's just about it. So now, on Tuesday, we are challenging each other. We are committing to leave that conversation with what our actions are going to be.
And if you take a look at just the kind of people, the caliber of women who are going to be attending this event, Katie, this is people who are at the very top of their game, yet I'm sure they're still going to share stories about breaking through that glass ceiling, that as successful as they are, and of course well-deserved, there are still issues that they're dealing with in the structures that they find themselves in.
Totally. I mean, we have people like Leanne Lamini that's coming, and she has a campaign called End Girl Hate, which is extremely important. So she will bring that conversation about how she's actioning the agenda of End Girl Hate, the pull her down syndrome. You know, we're never going to win. We always will be accused of pulling someone down intentionally or unintentionally. But you know, we talk about this year's theme, which is, you know, choose to challenge. And a challenge world is an alert world. And from the challenge comes the change. So we've addressed what the challenge is. And I think we're finding out every day what our challenges are. And we need to change it. So we're definitely going to have some really influential women around the table trying to commit how they would go in their sectors and create the change. You know, we often talk about okay, that's just a helicopter around there. How do we all choose to challenge, and what do we do? How do we continue forging this gender equal world? How do we do that? You know, we often celebrate, you know, the Women's Day, but do we celebrate our achievements? And that for me is extremely important. Celebrating our achievements, you know, raising awareness against gender bias, and then take action for this equality that is there. I mean, we're celebrating 25 years of Constitution this year. It's there. We need to take action and own it. So for me, is we can all successfully, you know, build boundaries and strategies for all of this. But how do we maintain this productivity?
And Katie, just in the last minute that I have with you, apart from understanding and recognising the challenges faced by women in South Africa and, of course, around the world, also it's about imagining the possibilities as well. You're a former journalist as well, and I'm sure the most important question is going to be how. As you answer that for me in the last minute I have with you, so you say it's happening Tuesday. When will people be able to watch this? I imagine online on some form or another.
Definitely. It will be across all social media platforms and, of course, wsuite.co.za, across all our social media platforms. And, of course, we would definitely have it on YouTube as well. So people would be able to follow us and continue the conversation even while we're at the event.
All right, Katie Mohamed, I appreciate it. Inspiring to Succeed, Imagining Possibilities and Women Inspiring Change. W Suite's founder, Katie Mohamed, hosting that event on Tuesday, as you heard. You'll be able to find it on all of their platforms. You want more info on that, as Katie, I think, gave the website, wsuite.co.za.